Namaste. Welcome to the Advaita channel. Moji Ji Ki Jai. Ananta Ji Ki Jai. Let's start with a meditation. Just 15 minutes.
You are the unborn, the undying, the timeless. You were never born. What is born is this form and the name that came into being. And this coming into being appears in your own timeless, infinite self. You are pure awareness, beyond names and forms, beyond what comes and goes. All these appearances, they are watched effortlessly in yourself. If you remain without identifying with what appears, then your own timelessness will become self-evident for you. You are the witness of all appearances, all phenomena. You are the eyes that sees all. But this all-seeing eyes, they cannot be seen. Because it is itself formless. Ideas such as becoming yourself or knowing how to be, leave these ideas, and these ideas will leave you. They do not serve what you are. Do not tie yourself to any intention, nor to time. Don't anticipate to become something in the future. And your timeless, ever-present being will reveal itself more clearly. You are the light of awareness itself, the light of consciousness. But you're also beyond this, as the witness of this light and all that appears in this light. You are immaculate being. All that arises in your own self, all thoughts from past, future, or even present thoughts appearing, none of this is your own self. They cannot exist without you. But nothing defines you. Do not identify with any self-image, any construct. You're only the awareness itself. Though your mind will not easily accept this, understand that you are the witness itself of the mind. You are not that which comes and goes. You are not even that which improves or grows. It is an aspect of yourself. It belongs to the realm of consciousness and mind. That dynamic beingness is always expanding. It is natural. It is natural for that feeling of expansion, of maturing to happen. This is the purpose of this existence itself, in a way. But you are the knower, the perceiver of progress, of change, of growth, of maturity. Therefore, you are apart from all of these. Reflect on this. In the same way that the wind blows here and there, but it cannot be seen, only its effects are seen. In the same way, all these names and forms are the effects of the being. They are the evidence of its presence. But it is the invisible within the visible world. No name and no form sticks to you. They are only your temporary garment. You are before knowledge. You are the knower of knowledge. You are before memory. You are the witness of memory. You are before time. You are the witness of time and space and change. This is not something that is going to happen. It is the ever-present truth of who we are. Truly, you have neither parents, nor children, nor friends, nor any possession. All these are appearances in you. You are before all these appearances. It is natural that they are here, that they appear in the manifest life, in this dynamic world. All things appear for a time. Even your own self, which perceives itself as personality, as gender, all this, it is natural for this manifestation. Enjoy this play, but enjoy being completely awake to the real. You are the self, the one all-encompassing reality. All appears in your own self. You are the birthless and the deathless one. You have no special state, though all states appear in you. Contemplate this. This moment and this day is only an unfolding. If left unforced, it will reveal also the harmony and peace that is your own fragrance. Move naturally. Be yourself. Nothing can take away or add to you in the true sense. Your pure awareness. Whatever appears in this body or as mind are only appearances. Appearances cannot appear, they cannot occur without you, that which notices them. Do not strain yourself trying to improve this world. First, completely know yourself. Then your actions, they spring from this spontaneity, from this depth, from this understanding, from the real. And they will shower blessing upon this world. Be the one who is eternally free, happy, whole. Remain like this. Om.
Chapter 22. It's called Life is Love and Love is Life. Questioner. Is the practice of yoga always conscious? Or can it be quite unconscious, below the threshold of awareness? Maharaj. In the case of a beginner, the practice of yoga is often deliberate and requires great determination. But those who have been practicing sincerely for many years are intent on self-realization all the time, whether conscious of it or not. Unconscious sadhana is most effective because it is spontaneous and steady. Questioner. What is the position of a man who was a sincere student of yoga for some time and then became discouraged and abandoned all efforts? Maharaj. What a man appears to do or not to do is often deceptive. His apparent lethargy may be just a gathering of strength. The causes of our behavior are very subtle. One must not be quick to condemn, nor even to praise. Remember that yoga is the work of the inner self on the outer self. All that the outer does is merely a response to the inner. Questioner. Still, the outer helps. Maharaj. How much can it help, and in what way? It has some control over the body and can improve its posture and breathing. Over the mind's thoughts and feelings, it has little mastery, for it is itself the mind. It is the inner that can control the outer. The outer will be wise to obey. Questioner. If it is the inner that ultimately is responsible for man's spiritual development, why is the outer so much exhorted and encouraged? Maharaj. The outer can help by keeping quiet and free from desire and fear. You would have noticed that all advice to the outer is in the form of negations. Don't, stop, refrain, forego, give up, sacrifice, surrender, and see the false as false. Even the little description of reality that is given is through denials. Not this, neti neti. All positives belong to the inner self, as all absolutes to reality. Questioner. How are we to distinguish the inner from the outer in actual experience? Maharaj. The inner is the source of inspiration. The outer is moved by memory. The source is untraceable, while all memory begins somewhere. Thus, the outer is always determined while the inner cannot be held in words. The mistake of students consists in their imagining the inner to be something to get a hold of, and forgetting that all perceivables are transient and therefore unreal. Only that which makes perception possible, call it life or Brahman or whatever you like, is real. Questioner. Must life have a body for its self-expression? Maharaj. The body seeks to live. It is not life that needs a body. It is the body that needs life. Questioner. Does life do it deliberately? Maharaj. Does love act deliberately? Yes and no. Life is love, and love is life. What keeps the body together but love? What is desire but love of the self? What is fear but the urge to protect? And what is knowledge but the love of truth? The means and forms may be wrong, but the motive behind is always love. Love of the me and the mine. The me and the mine may be small or may explode and embrace the universe, but love remains. Questioner. The repetition of the name of God is very common in India. Is there any virtue in it? Maharaj. When you know the name of a thing or a person, you can find it easily. By calling God by name, by his name, you make him come to you. Questioner. In what shape does he come? Maharaj. According to your expectations. If you happen to be unlucky and some saintly soul gives you a mantra for good luck and you repeat it with faith and devotion, your bad luck is bound to turn. Steady faith is stronger than destiny. Destiny is the result of causes mostly accidental and is therefore loosely woven. Confidence and good hope will overcome it easily. Questioner. When a mantra is chanted, what exactly happens? Maharaj. The sound of a mantra creates this shape which will embody the self. The self can embody any shape and operate through it. After all, the self is expressing itself in action, and a mantra is primarily energy in action. It acts on you, it acts on your surroundings. Questioner. The mantra is traditional. Must it be so? Maharaj. Since time immemorial, a link was created between certain words and corresponding energies. This link is reinforced by numberless repetitions. It is just like a road to walk on. It is an easy way. Only faith is needed. You trust the road to take you to your destination. Questioner. In Europe, there is no tradition of a mantra except in some contemplative orders. Of what use is it to a modern young Westerner? Maharaj. None. Unless he is very much attracted. For him, the right procedure is to adhere to the thought that he is the ground of all knowledge, the immutable and perennial awareness of all that happens to the senses and the mind. If he keeps it in mind all the time, aware and alert, he is bound to break the bonds, says bounds, of non-awareness and emerge into the pure life, light, and love. The idea, I am the witness only, will purify the body and the mind and open the eye of wisdom. Then man goes beyond illusion and his heart is free of all desires. Just like ice turns to water and water to vapor, and vapor dissolves in air and disappears in space, so does the body dissolve into pure awareness, then into pure being, which is beyond all existence and non-existence. Questioner. The realized man eats, drinks, and sleeps. What makes him do so? Maharaj. The same power that moves the universe moves him too. Questioner. All are moved by the same power. What is the difference? Maharaj. This only. The realized man knows what others merely hear but don't experience. Intellectually, they may seem convinced, but in action they betray their bondage. While the realized man is always right. Questioner. Everybody says I am. The realized man says I am. Where is the difference? Maharaj. The difference is in the meaning attached to the words I am. With the realized man, the experience, I am the world is mine, is supremely valid. He thinks, feels, and acts integrally and in unity with all that lives. He may not even know the theory and practice of self-realization and be born and bred free in religious and metaphysical notions, free of religious and metaphysical notions. But there will not be the least flaw in his understanding and compassion. Questioner. I may come across a beggar naked and hungry and ask him, who are you? He may say, I am the Supreme Self. Well, I say, since you are the Supreme, change your present state. What will he do? Maharaj, he will ask you, which state? He will ask you, which state? What is there that needs changing? What is wrong with me? Questioner. Why should he answer so? Maharaj. Because he is no longer bound by appearances. He does not identify himself with the name and shape. He uses memory, but memory cannot use him. Questioner. Is not all knowledge based on memory? Maharaj. Lower knowledge, yes. Higher knowledge, knowledge of reality, is inherent in man's true nature. Questioner. Can I say that I am not what I am conscious of, nor am I consciousness itself? Maharaj. As long as you are a seeker, it is better to cling to the idea that you are pure consciousness, free from all content. To go beyond consciousness is the supreme state. Questioner. The desire for realization, does it originate in consciousness or beyond? Maharaj. In consciousness, of course. All desire is born from memory and is within the realm of consciousness. What is beyond is clear of all striving. The very desire to go beyond consciousness is still in consciousness. Questioner, is there any trace or imprint of the beyond on consciousness? Maharaj, no, there cannot be. Questioner, then what is the link between the two? How can a passage be found between two states which have nothing in common? Is not pure awareness the link between the two? Maharaj, even pure awareness is a form of consciousness. Questioner, then what is beyond? Emptiness? Maharaj, emptiness again refers only to consciousness. Fullness and emptiness are relative terms. The real is really beyond. Beyond in relation to consciousness, but beyond all relations, beyond not in relation to consciousness, but beyond all. The questioner says, then what is beyond? Emptiness? Maharaj says, emptiness again refers only to consciousness. Fullness and emptiness are relative terms. The real is really beyond. Beyond not in relation to consciousness, but beyond all relations of whatever kind. The difficulty comes with the word state. The real is not a state of something else. It is not a state of mind or consciousness or psyche, nor is it something that has a beginning and an end, being and not being. All opposites are contained in it, but it is not in the play of opposites. You must not take it to be the end of a transition. It is itself after the consciousness as such is no more. Then words, I am man or I am God have no meaning. Only in silence and in darkness can it be heard and seen. Chapter 23. Discrimination leads to detachment. Maharaj, you are all drenched, for it is raining hard. In my world, it is always fine weather. There is no night or day, nor heat nor cold. No worries beset me there, no regrets. My mind is free of thoughts, for there are no desires to slave for. Questioner, are there two worlds? Maharaj, your world is transient, changeful. My world is perfect, changeless. You can tell me what you like about your world. I shall listen carefully, even with interest, yet not for a moment shall I forget that your world is not, that you are dreaming. Questioner, what distinguishes your world from mine? Maharaj, my world has no characteristics by which it can be identified. You can say nothing about it. I am my world. My world is myself. It is complete and perfect. Every impression is erased, every experience rejected. I need nothing, not even myself. For myself, I cannot lose. Questioner, not even God? Maharaj, all these ideas and distinction exist in your world, and mine there is nothing of the kind. My world is single and very simple. Questioner, nothing happens there? Maharaj, whatever happens in your world, only there it has validity and evokes response. In my world, nothing happens. Questioner, the very fact of your experiencing your own world implies duality inherent in all experience. Maharaj, verbally, yes, but your words do not reach me. Mine is a non-verbal world. In your world, the unspoken has no existence. In mine, the words and their contents have no being. In your world, nothing stays. In mine, nothing changes. My world is real, while yours is made of dreams. Questioner, yet we are talking. Maharaj, the talk is in your world. In mine, there is eternal silence. My silence sings, my emptiness is full, I lack nothing. You cannot know my world until you are there. Questioner, it seems as if you alone are in your world. Maharaj, how can you say alone or not alone when words do not apply? Of course I am alone, for I am all. Questioner, do you ever come into our world? Maharaj, what is coming and going to me? These again are words. I am. Where am I to come from and where to go? Questioner, of what use is your world to me? Maharaj, you should consider more closely your own world. Examine it critically, and suddenly, one day, you will find yourself in mine. Questioner, what do we gain by it? Maharaj, you gain nothing. You leave behind what is not your own, and find what you have never lost, your own being. Questioner, who is the ruler of your world? Maharaj, there are no ruler and ruled here. There is no duality whatsoever. You are merely projecting your own ideas. Your scriptures and your gods have no meaning here. Questioner, still you have a name and shape, display consciousness and activity. Maharaj, excuse me one moment. Honey, do you want some water? Cough drop or something? I'm still broadcasting, so I'll bring it to you. So the questioner says, still you have a name and shape, display consciousness and activity. Maharaj, in your world I appear so. In mine I have being only, nothing else. You people are rich with your ideas of possession, of quantity and quality. I am completely without ideas. Excuse me. Questioner, in my world there is disturbance, distress, and despair. You seem to be living on some hidden income while I am a slave for a living. Maharaj, do as you please. You are free to leave your world for mine. You're free to leave your world for mine. Questioner, how is the crossing done? Maharaj, see your world as it is, not as you imagine it to be. Discrimination will lead to detachment. Detachment will ensure right action. Right action will build the inner bridge to your real being. Action is a proof of earnestness. Do what you are told diligently and faithfully, and all obstacles will dissolve. Questioner, are you happy? Maharaj, in your world, I would be most miserable. To wake up, to eat, to talk, to sleep again, what a bother. Questioner, so you do not even want to live? Maharaj, to live, to die, what meaningless words are these? When you see me alive, I am dead. When you think me dead, I am alive. How muddled up you are. Questioner, How indifferent you are. All the sorrows of our world are as nothing to you. Maharaj, I am quite conscious of your troubles. Questioner, then what are you doing about them? Maharaj, there is nothing I need to do. They come and go. Questioner, do they go by the very act of your giving them attention? Maharaj, yes. The difficulty may be physical, emotional, or mental, but it is always individual. Large-scale calamities are the sum of numberless individual destinies and take time to settle, but death is never a calamity. Questioner, even when a man is killed? Maharaj, the calamity is of the killer. Questioner, still it seems there are two worlds, mine and yours. Maharaj, mine is real, yours is of the mind. Questioner, imagine a rock and a hole in the rock and a frog in the hole. The frog may spend its life in perfect bliss, undistracted, undisturbed. Outside the rock, the world goes on. If the frog in the hole were told about the outside world, he would say, there is no such thing. My world is of peace and bliss. Yours, or your world, is a word structure only. It has no existence. It is the same with you. When you tell us that our world simply does not exist, there is no common ground for discussion. Or, take another example. I go to a doctor and complain of a stomach ache. He examines me and says, you're all right. But it hurts, I say. Your pain is mental, he asserts. I say, it does not help me to know that my pain is mental. You are a doctor. Cure me of my pain. If you cannot cure me, you are not my doctor. Maharaj, quite right. Questioner, you have built a railroad, but for lack of a bridge, no train can pass. Build a bridge. Maharaj, there is no need of a bridge. Questioner, there must be some link between your world and mine. Maharaj, there is no need of a link between a real world and an imaginary world, for there cannot be any. Questioner, so what are we to do? Maharaj, investigate your world, apply your mind to it, examine it critically, and scrutinize every idea about it. That will do. Questioner, the world is too big for investigation. All I know is that I am. The world is. The world troubles me, and I trouble the world. Maharaj, my experience is that everything is bliss, but the desire for bliss creates pain. Thus, bliss becomes the seed of pain. The entire universe of pain is born of desire. Give up the desire for pleasure, and you will not even know what pain is. Questioner, why should pleasure be the seed of pain? Maharaj, because for the sake of pleasure you are committing many sins, and the fruits of sin are suffering and death. Questioner, you say the world is no use to us, only a tribulation. I feel it cannot be so. God is not such a fool. The world seems to me a big enterprise for bringing the potential into actual, matter into life, the unconscious into full awareness. To realize the supreme, we need the experience of the opposites. Just as for building a temple, we need stone and mortar, wood and iron, glass and tiles, so for making a man into a divine sage, a master of life and death, one needs the material of every experience. As a woman goes to the market, buys provisions of every sort, comes home, cooks, bakes, and feeds her Lord, so we bake ourselves nicely in the fire of life and feed our God. Maharaj: well, if you think so, act on it. Feed your God by all means. Questioner: the child goes to school and learns many things which will be of no use to him later, but in the course of learning he grows. So do we pass through experiences without number and forget them all, but in the meantime we grow all the time. And what is a jnani but a man with a genius for reality? This world of mine cannot be an accident. It makes sense. There must be a plan behind it. My God has a plan. Maharaj: if the world is false, then the plan and its creator are also false. Questioner: again you deny the world. There is no bridge between us. Maharaj: there is no need for a bridge. Your mistake lies in the belief that you were born. You were never born, nor will you ever die. But you believe that you were born at a certain date and place, and that a particular body is your own. Questioner: the world is, I am. These are facts. Maharaj: why do you worry about the world before taking care of yourself? You want to save the world, don't you? Can you save the world before saving yourself? And what does being saved mean? Saved from what? From illusion? Salvation is seeing things as they are. I really do not see myself related to anybody or anything, not even to a self, whatever that self may be. I remain forever undefined. I am within, beyond, intimate, and unapproachable. Questioner: how did you come to it? Maharaj: by my trust in my Guru. He told me, you alone are, and I did not doubt him. I was merely puzzling over it until I realized that it is absolutely true. Questioner: conviction or repetition? Maharaj: by self-realization. I found that I am conscious and happy absolutely, and only by mistake I thought I owed being consciousness bliss to the body and to the world of bodies. Questioner: you are not a learned man. You have not read much, and what you have read or heard perhaps did not contradict itself. I am fairly well educated. I have read a lot and have found that books and teachers contradict each other hopelessly. Hence, whatever I read or hear, I take it in a state of doubt. It may be so, or it may be not so. Is my first reaction. And as my mind is unable to decide what is true and what is not, I am left high and dry with my doubts. In yoga, a doubting mind is at a tremendous disadvantage. Maharaj: I am glad to hear it. But my guru, too, taught me to doubt everything and absolutely. He said, deny existence to everything except yourself. Through desire, you have created the world with its pains and pleasures. Questioner, must it also be painful? Maharaj, what else? By its very nature, pleasure is limited and transitory. Out of pain, desire is born. In pain, it seeks fulfillment, and it ends in the pain of frustration and despair. Pain is the background of pleasure. All seeking of pleasure is born in pain and ends in pain. Questioner, all you say is clear to me, but when some physical or mental trouble comes, my mind goes dull and gray or seeks frantically for relief. Maharaj, what does it matter? It is the mind that is dull or restless, not you. Look, all kinds of things happen in this room. Do I cause them to happen? They just happen. So it is with you. The role of destiny unfolds itself and actualizes the inevitable. You cannot change the course of events, but you can change your attitude. And what really matters is the attitude and not the bare event. The world is the abode of desires and fears. You cannot find peace in it. For peace, you must go beyond the world. The root cause of the world is self-love. Because of it, we seek pleasure and avoid pain. Replace self-love by love of the self. And the picture changes. Brahma, the creator, is the sum total of all desires. The world is the instrument for their fulfillment. Souls take whatever pleasures they desire and pay for them in tears. Time squares all accounts. The law of balance reigns supreme. Questioner, to be a Superman, one must be a man first. Manhood is the fruit of innumerable experiences. Desire drives to experience. Hence, at its own time and level, desire is right. Maharaj, all this is true in a way, but a day comes when you have amassed enough and must begin to build. Then sorting out and discarding are absolutely necessary. Everything must be scrutinized and the unnecessary ruthlessly destroyed. Believe me, there cannot be too much destruction, for in reality, nothing is of value. Be passionately dispassionate. That is all. Moji Ji Ki Jai, Ananta Ji Ki Jai. Om Namah Shivaya.